Welcome to NRG this week. I'm your host, Leon Thomas. I'll be joined by Network Referral Group President Mike Weiner. Mike is the president and CEO of NRG. We'll be right back to start another episode of NRG this week. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of NRG this week. I'm the host, Leon Thomas. I'm here with NRG President Mike Weiner. Mike, how you doing?
I am doing great, Leon. How are you?
I am just great. It's good to have you on with me again. Mike, one of the things that many business owners need to do, and some may have thought about it and some didn't, but how to get referrals. So someone buys a service from you, a product from you. How do you get that customer that made the purchase, that's interested in your product? How do you get them to give referrals? Tell us some about that.
I'm going to go back to my real first outside sales position, which was selling fax machines back in the 80s. And what I would do is once I sold the machine to them, I would check on them a day later, a week later, a month later, and really follow up with them extensively. And then I get to a point where I'd say, hey, are you happy with me and the company and the product? And I get agreement on all three. And then I would say, you could really do me a big favor because there's two things I can do. I can either work referrals or I can go out and cold call. And, with cold calling, you might get 1 out of 20, 1 out of 50. And I'd say, if you're really satisfied and you could help me out, that would be great. So I remember this one guy, I sold a lawyer a fax machine. He actually got on the phone for me, called a lawyer across town and said, you know what? I just bought for Mike. He's great. He's amazing. The fax machine is awesome. You need to see this guy. And he actually called and booked a time for me to go see him. That doesn't always work that way. That was like on a silver platter. But I think if you get across to your client that they're happy with you, they will absolutely refer people to you. And that's a great way to continue your business and really build it on the premise of referrals.
So one of the things that I notice when I buy products and services, it seems like it's a one-shot transaction, right? Leon, you want, I provide, you pay me, see you later, bye. And I keep waiting for someone to say something like, "Hey, do you know anyone else that might need my service? You know anyone else that might like my product?" So how do you bring that up in a conversation post close? How do you bring that up?
I heard an insurance guy recently, actually years ago, talk about the two ways to do business, and one is cold calling, one is from referrals. And you really need to get with the client that you've just sold and have them understand that they're doing you a favor by helping you grow your business. By them referring people to you, it makes it much easier. And if they're truly happy with you, they would be remiss. They would be remiss if they didn't refer some of their colleagues and friends and associates to you. So I think if you bridge that gap and you really create a friendship, because that's what I've always done, Leon, is created. I know, who they're married to, the kids, the sports. It's not just a transactional relationship, but it's a relationship where you become friends. And when you bridge that gap from salesperson to client, to where you're friends and you're on the same page and you know each other well, it's going to be that much easier for them to recommend people to you.
So do you say to them, "Hey, you liked what you bought from me, you like the service, you like the product. Do you know anybody that would like it?" When how do you get them to how do you say to them, "Send me some referrals"? Do you say it or do you hope it happens through friendship? How do you do that?
Hoping is not going to get you there. I mean, hoping, wishing on a prayer, that's not going to get you there. What you need to do with the client is say, who else do you know that I could help? Who else do you know that I could benefit them? Who of your friends, once they hear that you have the fax machine, would love to do business with me? Who has that need right now? And they're going to think of people. You need to prod them. You need to ask them questions, because if you just hope that they're going to refer, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So you need to ask thought provoking questions, really get them to understand that if their friend found out that they bought from you, why didn't they refer them to you? If the service was that exemplary, why didn't they refer that to you? And when you get that across, the floodgates open up. I've had people where they've referred 10, 15, 20 people to me. It's a science. You really need to perfect it too.
All right. Mike, one other thing real quick. We have about 2 minutes left. Tell us about some things that are going on with NRG. Tell us about how things are and where you're headed and some future things that you have lined up.
Leon, things have just exploded. Yet last week we hit 400 members. We're on our way to 4,000 this year. We've added a lot of new members, and it's just amazing the family-like atmosphere. We just signed up a gentleman in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he is talking with me about doing groups on Saturday. Some people work all week, they work in the evening, but we're actually exploring the potential of him running maybe up to 4 groups on a Saturday. We're also talking about Manhattan, New York. We're talking about other areas. So, as we continue to expand, we've had a lot of people step up, quote, expansion directors, and they're leading us around the country. We're not just like one group in one state. We are driving it deeper. We're getting ready to launch another group in Florida, and things are just exploded. So, if you're a business owner and you're looking for a place to grow, referrals on the spot. NRG is the place to go. A lot of momentum, a lot of excitement. We just added a magician who will be speaking at our next extravaganza on June 3rd. So lots of excitement, West Coast, East Coast, nationwide, and internationally.
All right, Mike, 30 seconds remaining. Network referral group NRG. If someone doesn't know what that means, doesn't know what network referral group means, give us the 10 to 15-second elevator pitch on what NRG is.
How would you like to join a business family where you're going to get referrals on the spot? How would you like to join a family where everybody is there to help you utilizing law of attraction? We're here to serve. We're here to help you manifest your goals. We've got an attitude of gratitude. We are one big positive family. None of the politics and all the other stuff that's in the news that's not going to help you. We keep it real. We keep it relevant. We keep it, we're all here to help you. So if you're looking for an organization where you can blow your business up, many of my members, their biggest challenge is they have too many referrals. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to have for you?
Network Referral Group President and CEO Mike Weiner. Thanks for joining us for another
Thank you, Leon.
episode of NRG this week. Thanks for the information. If you'd like to learn more about Network Referral Group, send Mike an email. His email address is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. You just watched another episode of NRG This Week. I'm your host, Leon Thomas. Have a great week. Here we go.